That leaves more room for me to get in there and get the deal. Change is a-coming. I don't think this is up to code. I wonder how many creepy crawlers are going up my pant leg. Hey guys, this is Travis Webb. Been working with Real Estate U for about 6 months. About to show you this flip. Gonna make some good money on it. Kind of the situation with this house is, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. It's pretty disgusting. It's definitely been lived in a whole lot. You know, the first time I saw this house, I didn't know if I wanted to wholesale it or rehab it. There was a lot of stuff cosmetically that needed to get done foundationally, and the bones of it were great. How I determine what is a wholesale, what is a prehab, what is a rehab, is not necessarily the numbers. It is more so the zip code. So this area right here is pretty high volume. There's a really nice neighborhood across the street. It's got some really nice fields. The lot is big. It's got a bunch of big mature trees. This is one of the hottest areas you could possibly buy. Timeline and money-wise, instead of putting everything out there on the line, we just decided that we would rather have a return a lot quicker. When you're coming into a house like this and you're thinking about rehabbing it, there's only so much that you can see before the walls come down, so to speak. Plumbing, electrical, you know, the drain tile underneath could be split in half. You have no idea. And so those are the risk factors of a rehab. But when you're wholesaling a property, your risk really dramatically decreases. Once we decided to wholesale, the crummy sink, the nasty floors, the cat pee, all of the nasty wallpaper, it was no longer an issue for us because we knew our exit strategy and we stick to that. So because we're wholesaling, we're gonna cut the grass, get rid of the junk, and we're ready to sell. It's that simple. So I'm getting ready to do all the landscaping, gonna push the lawnmower around a little bit. We're gonna have Steve, the neighbor here, get his riding lawnmower so we can get this thing knocked out quick. The ultimate goal is really to just get this thing looking good for some curb appeal. So when we bring in some investors, the first thought isn't, what the heck am I getting myself into? Just to kind of bring it up a little bit so we can get this thing sold quickly. Cutting the grass sucks. You know, sometimes you just gotta roll up your sleeves, do it yourself. It's all about the end result, that profit. It's all worth it. As much as it sucks, it's kind of fun. I like doing the work. I like getting in there, getting my hands dirty and actually seeing something, seeing a result. I like seeing that result and I like the process. I like the hard work. Finding the property is the key to getting any deal, and how we found this property was we decided to really attack tax delinquents, and they could either lose their house or sell it to us at an extreme discount and still put money in their pocket. So what we did was we just pulled the list from the local county that this is in, and I hand wrote 100 cards on a Sunday evening for 5 hours. But so much goes into that even before finding it. There's probably 10 or 20 things that I have to do, the mailer, filtering the list, driving to the property, buying all the stamps, buying the envelopes, writing everything out. There's all of these little things that I had to put into place, all of those things that I said before even finding it's a reality. John always says follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. I dedicated an hour a day to follow up. If I found the deal and didn't follow up, it would have never happened. And I made a point of being very specific about how to follow up with these people. They had the tendency to let things go by the wayside, so I had to call and text at least once a day just to stay on their radar. So once I got the deal, it took a couple weeks of going back and forth and just kind of building a little bit of trust and going over the numbers with them. What we paid for the house, the homeowners were able to pay their pretty large sum of back taxes. We got a clean title and we're ready to roll. It just makes sense at some point to pay somebody to do some of the work. Just one guy with one pickup truck, and they got 3 people with a big old dump truck. So a little bit of profit on the back end given up, but they could do this in a day, and it would take me probably 2 or 3 days, and then I'd have to push back my showings to the other investors. I'd have to push back everything. I pay a little bit of money, and I can exponentially increase the time in which I close. So one of the biggest things about real estate investing is networking. People want to do business with other people that they trust and that they know. You know, I could hand out business cards until I'm blue in the face. I could put out bandit signs until I'm blue in the face. I could do all of those keystone marketing techniques, but in reality, if I don't have my follow-up and I don't do my networking and I don't create relationships, none of it really makes any sense. And a great example of that is Tina with Tap Trash Out. And I just got to talking and networking and just getting to know Tina, who owns the company. She said, well, as a matter of fact, I clean out HUD properties, and I've got a list of about 11 properties right now that are vacant and the banks are wanting to sell. Just from that little piece of networking, all I had to do was go and show her that I cared about her and her business, and she was willing to give me, say, 11 properties. You never know when a deal's gonna come in. You wanna start outside, or what do you wanna do? This potential buyer, she is a strong buyer, strong investor. She buys rehabs. So I called her and I said, hey, I got this great flip for you. I know you like this area. She said, I know exactly where you're talking about. That's a great area. Can I get in before the open house? Okay, so she knows people are coming tomorrow. She knows that there's gonna be an open house, and she knows full and well that there's gonna be a bidding war situation because we're priced great in a great location. Basically gives me an advantage in saying, okay, you want it today, and I won't have the open house tomorrow, but you pay full price. So the advantages for her coming to see it early are the fact that she won't have to be in a bidding war situation, and she could be the only person to ever look at it and get it. As a professional and as someone that I've been involved in this process with before, she's very exhaustive with note-taking and pictures, and she didn't do those things. So that is a good sign to me for her. So a little disappointment, maybe not too much, that she didn't give me a tentative answer, yes or no, but we can't expect a hard and fast answer right away, I suppose. If she wants the exclusive rights to this property, she'll get back to me today. So we heard back from Mandy, the other investor that took a look previously, and no dice. She came in really, really low. So we're gonna move on to the open house. We got 5 or 6 people that are interested in coming, a couple people that like the price, like the area. The difference between an open house for the end buyer, homeowner, and investors are a couple different things. So the homeowner, they need to see how it would look when they live in it. They need to be able to see furniture. They need to be able to see, this is what it would look like for a family to live here. So the investors actually really like to see the blank canvas so that they can have their imagination run and really do something big with it. Hey Suzanne, how are you? I came prepared with flashlight and everything. Well, come on in. So Suzanne is an investor real estate agent. She used to be a full-time investor, now she does this. Through her networking in the past year, she's been able to connect with a ton of investors. Suzanne will take the info and everything she gathered from this house and spread it to everybody in her entire network. I'm okay with paying her a commission or a flat rate or whatever we decide on, because I know that people trust her and I know that she's gonna see value. Now that is how you do it. You want those kind of people coming in, building those kinds of relationships, people that understand how you think, that understand what real value looks like, the neighborhood. They can see past cosmetic stuff. They can see past all the little nuanced things. Only one person came today. It's okay. It was a really quality person that came by. Timing is everything. Everything happens for a reason. Today just was not in the cards, and that's okay. We're gonna keep pressing forward. Because of my knowledge and because of the things that I've learned from Real Estate U and from John, I'm not worried at all, because he says, hey, Travis, do these things work. I said, okay, and guess what? In the past, I've done those things have worked, and I've made money. So the next step is we're actually gonna put out all our directional and marketing signs that we do. We're gonna put it on the MLS, we're gonna blast it through Buyers on Fire, which is your YouTube, your blog, all of those things they teach you how to do on Buyers on Fire. You know, for me, when I think about a hand-printed sign, that means someone who is selling it themselves. There's no like middleman. In my head, that means that it's probably at a discounted price. And so all of those like subconscious factors go into play when someone drives by, and this kind of thing makes an investor go, huh, it's probably at a discounted price. I could probably pick this thing up pretty cheap and make some money on it. So there's some subconscious things that go on when you're talking about a handwritten sign. So we put up the signs, the directional signs that led him here. I was actually still at the house. He gave me a call, and we set up an appointment for the next day for him to come see it. And It was pretty stinking quick. We bought the house on a Friday. We closed in the afternoon, and then by the morning of the next Friday, he had already given me his verbal offer, and we'd already had a tentative agreement on the price. We bought the house for $58,000. We're selling the house for $70,000. We're gonna make maybe a little over $12,000 on this deal in less than 7 days. To earn that $12,000 is a total testament to Real Estate U and what they've been able to do through the webinars, just through meeting with John, and him just sharing nuggets of information with me. He's already done all the work. All I need to do is tap into that work, and then I can succeed just alongside of him. So the signs, how to talk to a seller, how to talk to a buyer, how to generate the maximum amount of interest in your property. It's all these little intricate things behind the scenes in your marketing that really make the biggest difference, and that's where Real Estate U shines above any other real estate education company I've ever seen. 7 days, 12 grand. My son's birthday is in a week and a half. Now I can just let him run in the store, grab what he wants, and I'm not really worried about the price tag at this point. And I think that is one of the best things that could ever happen as a parent, is being able to bless your child. And I owe all of that to John and Bonnie and Real Estate U.